What's going on, guys? It's Lon here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys the top 5 easiest tricks to do while wheeling. So tricks or combos, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to show you guys today. So let's get into it. Alright, so if you're watching this video, I'm guessing you already know how to wheelie, but if you don't, click up there to watch my how to wheelie video. So I'm going to go from easiest to hardest. So we're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5 being easiest, 1 being the hardest out of these 5. So these are, generally basic tricks to learn that they all really aren't very hard, but the ones in the beginning will definitely be the easiest. Number 5 is a foot drag. So a foot drag is, when you wheelie and you just kind of drag your foot on the ground. It's very easy. It's one of the first tricks I learned, and I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so you just pull it up in a normal wheelie, and then you kind of coast on the back brake, drag your foot like this, go back out to the pedals, just like that. Super simple. Alright, so make sure when you do it, you put your foot behind the peg, and make sure you're on the back part of your seat. Alright, so look, you pull it up, coast on the brake, get on the back of your seat, put it behind the peg, get back on. Super easy. So, number 2 is foot over frame. So foot over frame is pretty self-explanatory. You wheelie and then you just cross your foot over and put it over the frame like that. This trick is very reliant on coasting, so you want to be able to be comfortable with using your back brake. But it's super simple and it's pretty fun. So I'm going to show you that right now. Alright, so just get in a normal wheelie, start to coast, put your foot over, and then bring it back. So this takes a little bit more flexibility than the other ones. So you kind of got to get your foot over like that, and then you just coast, bring it back. There's really no special technique for this. It's literally just like you put your foot over and you just coast. Like, there's really no technique. It's all about personal preference, how you feel about it. But yeah, that's a fun trick and it's pretty easy, so you guys should definitely try it. Alright, so trick number 3 is the one hand. So the one hand, a lot of people are scared by it because they think either that they're gonna fall off or they're just gonna crash. But there's really 2 ways you could do it. You could do it while coasting or while pedaling. Whichever way you feel more comfortable with. I always liked coasting better because I felt like I was gonna fall off when I pedaled. So it's really all about the brake modulation, and I'll show you how to do it right now. So you could either coast and take your hand off, or you could pedal like this and take your hand off. Either one's fine. Alright, so one tip I do have, if you are coasting and you feel like you're sliding off of the seat, you can clamp your legs to the frame like this, and then you can kind of stay on a little bit better. So try that out, but it's a fun trick. You can kind of just play around with it, and eventually you can drop back and touch like that, except I didn't touch. Trick number 2 is peg wheeling. So I already did an in-depth video on how to peg wheelie on my channel. Click up there if you want to go check it out. But I'll give you the basic rundown on how to do it. Obviously get on the pegs. And there's a few ways to pull it up. You can pull it up with 2 feet on the pegs like this, just doing that. Or you can pull it up with 1 leg like this. So whichever way is more comfortable for you, you should do. But just make sure you're modulating your back brake while you're on the pegs. This one definitely takes a little bit more to learn because side-to-side balance is a big factor in it. But you will get it, and this is a big trick when it comes to learning, combos and stuff. This is really what it grounds up from, the peg wheelie. You gotta be able to do the peg wheelie to do any other tricks while wheeling pretty much. So this is definitely a good one to practice. Alright, so as you see, I'm kind of balancing myself by using my less dominant foot to, balance. I'm using my left foot to keep the balance, level. So you might need to do that to keep your balance going. But yeah, the peg wheelie is a great trick to learn. And it definitely takes a little more time than these other ones, but it's definitely worth learning. Alright, so now we're on trick number 1, right? So this is the hardest out of the 5. Once again, these are all, beginner, easier tricks to learn. So this is the knee knock, right? So knee knock is kind of the first combo that everyone really learns. You go on the pegs, you put your knee on the seat, and then you cross over. It's a great trick. It's definitely a little tricky to learn, also because of the side-to-side balance. And it's very weird feeling at first. But this is where the combos really start to come in. And once you learn that trick, you know, you start to get a feel for what combos are really like. Let me show you a few tips on how to do it. So make sure when you do a knee knock, you're actually putting your knee on the seat and not your shin. Because at first, I always used to put my shin on the seat, and you get a lot of bruises after a while, so make sure you're using your knee like this. So that's really just the motion. Knee, foot over, and then you can either go to pegs and then land it, or just go straight to pegs and back to feathers. And then just get back on just like that. All right, and so there you have it, top 5 easiest tricks to learn while wheeling. Let me know if you have any questions down below about, you know, doing these tricks. These are all very easy for the most part. You know, they take time to learn, especially like the peg wheelie and the knee knock. But you can all, you know, get these within a week or two if you really try. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Woo!